Can we get your names and titles first?
Hi, I am Sera Gamble. I write the show.
I am John McNamara, and I do the same.
The common running theme in mythology is that gods are too divine to be seen by the human eye. And so I'm wondering, we've seen Umber and Ember, and those are kind of like the lesser gods. And so I'm wondering if the gods above them, are they kind of playing to the same rules, or do we expect to like meet them in human form?
Well, they are very mysterious on the show. The old gods, the parents of Umber and Ember and Our Lady Underground. We don't know very much about them. We, the characters on the show, don't know very much about them. And, The Magicians isn't really a show that likes to climb that ladder too fast. Like, we're not interested in the epic battle of the heavens. We're interested in Quentin Coldwater and his friends. And we think it's interesting that he doesn't know how to reach them. It's hard enough to dial up a local god, so the old gods are, at least for a time, really, really hard to pin down in any way for our characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a supernatural sort of based question.
Okay.
Sort of. There's similarities, but there's also differences, obviously, between that show and this show. What sort of things did you learn from your time with Supernatural that you kind of brought forward with you? And is there anything that you learned sort of that you decided, I really want to do something differently? Like you just referenced sort of telling the smaller story, the more intimate story, instead of sort of heaven, hell, battling archangels.
I actually learned that on Supernatural, though. I mean, that's a show that, I was there for the first 7 seasons, and Eric Kripke was always really confident in knowing that as soon as we figured out that the show was about the relationship between these two brothers, we knew that had to be the heart of the episodes and also the heart of the seasonal arc each season. So that was a lesson I'm really grateful to have learned, that it has to be about your characters, the relationships between them, and the way that they fuck each other up. If you have that, it can be about heaven and earth, or it can just be about one little school.
So you really took the same sort of thing and just situated it in a universe that goes in different places.
Yeah.
It keeps that intimacy and that sort of, you have an emphasis on relationships in this show, certainly, both of you.
Well, it's funny because, even when I was in the room way back in the day with Eric, there was one interesting thing about Supernatural is that it is so much about this inherent bond that is family, and that blood is thicker than anything. And I was always the person in the room who was like, let's do like a really dysfunctional family story about it. Just doesn't have to be about the main characters, but just about how like sometimes your family lets you down.
Yeah.
I was always the one talking about the outsiders and the ones who didn't have a bond like that. And I think that was in the DNA of the books that Lev wrote that really appealed to me, that it's basically like a little breakfast club of all the black sheep. None of them have good relationships with their families. None of them really have that family of origin bond. And so they are making their family now.
Which is one of the things that's so appealing about it.
Yeah.
And what is it about the supernatural that attracts you to this genre of television?
Supernatural elements, the fantastical is they're such powerful storytelling tools to touch on the archetypes of what makes us human. It's just it's just really fun.
Yes.
Yeah, you get to blow things up, make people levitate, and still tell a story that's personal and meaningful and deep. Yeah.
What I like most about the Magicians is the depression and the darkness. It powers their magic, kind of, And now that it powers their magic, and now magic is gone, how does that affect that emotional side of these magicians, that they had this thing that they can go to like use their darkness, and they had a use for it, And now they don't have it really. Like, does that affect them?
Karl Marx, each according to his gifts. So I think some of the characters are actually going to flourish and show great bravery and great leadership. Others are going to fall apart for a while and kind of crumble a bit and have to be. And I think it will be surprising what happens to who. I always, for some reason, this season I keep just thinking of World War II. Just as a large macro analogy of like how it really, when you study certain aspects of it on all sides, it really just brought out the best and the worst in humanity. And that's what you're looking for in a story is what can showcase the absolute most noble and what can showcase the most evil.
Now your storyline keeps dipping into very dark areas, massacres, rapes, abortions, and you have chosen as a show to portray that in detail. You don't back away from it. Can you talk a little bit about why you make that choice?
Because we want to look at it in detail. We want to examine it. We want to talk about it. As a writer, I think probably the entire writer's room is full of writers who are really interested in the shadow side of human nature, the darkness that happens when we go through really traumatic events. It's important to us to examine it, and we're writers. The way that we examine stuff is to write about it, so that's what we're doing.
I just think that I was not a fantasy fan when I hooked up with Sera and Michael London and Lev to do this. And I loved the book, the first book, but it didn't really sink a hook into me until I realized that the entire MacGuffin, if you will, is a child being abused by an adult sexually. And you can't tell that story halfway, or you're lying. And that's what got me. And I kept saying, if that ever is in danger of being cut back or cut out or whatever, then we quit. Because I think it's actually, I could go on and on about violence on television and violence in movies, which I'm neither for nor against, except when you show something really, really violent and it's really funny, and then you don't show the really horrible after effects of it. Because violence can be weirdly funny in the moment, but if it breaks your jaw, you get 8 weeks of The Wire, and you know what I'm saying? So it's you got to show the whole thing. That's the thing about television. Is you're not doing 2 hours in and out. You really can expand the themes and the repercussions of everything, good and bad. Yeah.
Well, you're doing a great job of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.